EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on. Smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. His first carry, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up one of the best around, Big Geno Atkins there on the stop, an 8-time Pro Bowler, including each of the last 6 seasons.
Our time. It's our time. 57, Mike 57. Here we go.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
They're on 20-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. As we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a group.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchdown's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. And guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now a throw here, hauled in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for. That time it costs them. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
6 brings up second and 9.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Steps away to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And they go play action now. Burrow eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On the option, this is Wentz. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
He was brought down by Trey Waynes. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
6 our score on EA Sports.
14. Colts 6.
57
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
At the 27-yard line.
gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. With the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Flush to his right. He's going to run again. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And a 5-yard gain gets him. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there's an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. This is Mack on the counter. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
74.
On play action, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. He's going to sling this deep downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the area. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And the Colts pick it up, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Wentz. He's going to take another shot here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Dancing, and he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit, force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and it's third down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
On third down, Burrow. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That gain on third down, good for 28. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Sacked there by DeForest Buckner. Boy, was he big news around the draft in 2020 when the Colts traded their 13th overall pick for him. He absolutely solidifies their defensive front. Great interior pressure that they haven't been able to exhibit in recent seasons.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are going to get it at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, it's Wentz. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. He's got Jack Doyle, and he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
There we go.
Wentz now on 1st down. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before half for Wentz. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 14 on the play. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Play action. It's Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie, Julian Blackman. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Play action. Now Wentz. They'll roll him out right. He's got Burton here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The 22 more yards there and another first down.
We talk about mobility in quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Zach Pascal, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
The handoff to Joe Mixon.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On second down, here's Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up, and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll move the chains.
A gain of a yard, and a Bengal first down.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he hits him in stride. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. Airing one out for Boyd. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. A third quarter now, and a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Again, he'll target Boyd, this time successful. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Third down.
He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and it's now 21-15.
Makes the score Bengals 21, Colts 15.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Great. 5-9.
Wentz now on first down. And it's a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And he's got room. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try to keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
First and goal.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
27, Colts 15.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Back now in Indianapolis. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Wentz. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Oh, that's a good job by Sam Hubbard getting home and getting the sack. And he does a nice job of setting the edge in the run game as well as applying pressure. Going into his third season now, 14.5 sacks in his first 2 years. Pretty strong for the former third-round selection out of Ohio State.
After the sack on first down, Wentz. This one into the hands of Burton. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one a gain of 20 in a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Grabbed there by Zach Pascal, and he's one of those guys that often people forget are even on the roster, but when you look up at the end of the game, he's produced over 600 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2019.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
28-yard line.
Julian Blackman bringing him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To mix it and now look to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve. This built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 44. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First down, Cincinnati.
Now Burrow loses the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And the broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At at their own.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
25-yard line.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And that one incomplete as it stops the clock, reading 18 seconds to go. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick 6 will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really, you're almost at the point of no option. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, it will make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Rodgers on the return.
Today's final
Big
score.
offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cincinnati, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.